Hello, everyone. Good evening. How are you? Welcome to the show. This is our little corner of the internet where we talk about fountain pens, inks, journals, and journaling. Just about everything and anything that's going to keep you inspired, keep you writing, maybe even have you think in a different way, from a different perspective. Why not? So welcome to the show. Here we are, as we often are, Tuesdays, 8 p.m. Very pleased to see you. Nice to see everyone in the comments section already. We have a lovely group of regulars that show up every Tuesday night, many of whom are members of the channel. So I'd like to personally thank you all for being members. You guys keep the lights on. You keep this channel going. So I appreciate that because we're small. We're a niche channel. And YouTube isn't always the kindest to small channels. So you guys help to make this a self-sustaining channel. And I appreciate it. And I just love all your passion. I love all your inspiration. I love reading your letters. Illuminati, Cognoscenti members, we exchange letters, and it's a lot of fun. Oh, I see James Fahey with a super chat. Thank you very much, my friend. Always a pleasure. Always nice to hear from James. James has excellent opinions. Everything he says is always well formulated, always in the comment section. So thank you, Mr. Fahey. Really appreciate it. So good stuff. And thanks for all the likes. I see that. Thank you, guys. So I got an interesting show for you this evening. We're going to do a lot of different stuff. So I'll make some announcements. Going to update you on some things. You might have noticed that there's a format change. Well, not really a format change. More like a program change. We did have one show set for this evening, and now we're doing something different. So I'm going to tell the story about why Penboy's not with us this evening, at least a little bit. And then also, the title of this program is What's in the Box? What's in the Box? So, hopefully you guys got the reference. Did you know my channel's full of Easter eggs? Did you guys know that? Do you ever read what I write? Or notice that I put little things into my videos that go beyond what we're talking about? I just like making pop culture references, literature references, movie references. So I hope you guys are picking up on these things because they're all over on the regular videos. What's in the box? Well, anyway, we do have a box and we're going to open it. And the fun part is, like, sometimes we do unboxings and we know what's in the box. Like, I already know what's in the box. I don't know what's in this box. I know who sent it. And I was kind of surprised, to be honest. So this box came from Conway Stewart. And, I mean, the reason I was surprised is that we haven't interacted quite a bit, Conway Stewart and I, since they sent the cherry red pen, which was gorgeous. And I sent it back. And I didn't correspond. I don't know what they sent. And to be honest, I'm not entirely sure why they sent it. But I guess we'll find out when we open it. So that's going to be fun. We're going to do that. But first, because you know me, you know my channel, I'm going to milk it for all it's worth. And string you along as long as I can. And then, when the tension gets really intense, Oscar Wilde style, that's when we'll open it. But we have plenty of other fun stuff to do too. Actually, I'm only half kidding about that, just so you know. So I do want to announce that we have a wonderful, I see Claire saying, open the box, open the box. I will open the box, but you know, in a little while, we'll get to it. Claire and I recently recorded something fun that I will speak about right now. So we recorded the Apple Boom quiz show together, and it was so much fun. There was a fantastic cast of characters, and that will air September. So stay tuned for that here on YouTube. Yost is just a lovely guy. We had so much fun filming that. So, very cool stuff. Claire Coco, I want to get my husband the Churchill lever fill. I'd love to talk to you about it later. Claire, you have my email, so please do. I have it here. I can show you. It's always handy. It's one of my favorites. I stopped showing it on the channel for a bit because I didn't want to sort of burn out everyone on it. But here it is. Lovely pen. Love to chat with you about it. Anyone else who has a question about it too. It's brilliant. So one of my favorite pens. Absolutely beautiful pen. I wonder what's in the box though. What's in the box? Okay. So we talked about Apple Boom. We got something else to talk about, guys. Something big. Something gigantic. Oh, Wolf Kate's sick. I'm so sorry. You wouldn't tease a sick person, would you? Of course I would, Kate. You know me. You know I like to build tension and excitement. So let's make it fun, shall we? I'll open it in a few minutes. I will. But I do want to talk about some stuff first, because this is going to be involved. I think I got to cut through here. We got to take it apart and see what's in. So that's going to be a big part of the show. So let me make some announcements first. And I am referencing some notes tonight because I put this together pretty fast, tonight's program. So let's talk about the elephant in the room, shall we? Where is it? Okay. It's not actually here, but so Penboy Roy was supposed to join us this evening, and I sent a message to him last week. Here's the link for the live and all this, and I never heard from him. And I just figured he was busy and I'd hear from him eventually. And then the weekend came around and I planned the show over the weekend. That's how my production schedule works. Some of the members, you guys know that. I often tell you when I do weekend updates that this is what I'm planning and why. So normally that's when I would prepare for the show, and the way I prepare when I have someone to interview is that I binge all their stuff. So I watch as much of their stuff as I can, as quickly as I can, but I don't do that unless I know someone's on the channel. So Penboy Roy, he got back to me this afternoon and said, oh, I might be able to come on tonight. I'll let you know in a couple of hours. And I was like, it's okay. If you got a lot going on or whatever, no worries. We'll do it some other time when you're sure and we can schedule to a date. Because I worked in a way and he works in a different way. Lovely, creative, fantastic fellow. I like to know what I'm doing and then I'm ready and I need to prepare. So he had a very tough week. So he had things going on in his world that were very challenging. So it's better that he not be on and kind of takes care of things. And once things are settled, we talk about it or whatever. But lovely guy, no issues, just timing and how we approached it. And everything's fine. So I did talk to him on the phone today too. He's fine. He just has a lot going on right now. So I just wanted you guys to know. And if you were expecting him to be on the show, I apologize. Because I do like to promote stuff. And I've been telling you for weeks now that he was coming on. And I do try to stay to a schedule. So we have to switch it up tonight. But I do have a box. There's a box we can open. So don't worry. We're going to have a lot of fun. Okay. I do have another announcement too. Another announcement. A good announcement. Do you know what this weekend is? Because I've been plugging this too. It's very important this weekend. If you live in the Chicago area, you have to. And I mean you have to. go to Atlas Stationers because he's having his big Sidewalk sale this weekend. And he's already offering 15% off online, I see, at Atlas Stationers to all of us, which is nice. So it's very important that if you're in Chicago, you get to meet some of the great vendors he has. It's almost like he's doing his own little like pen show. He's got great vendors coming. He's got discounts. He's special offers. He has seminars. I believe there's a few spots left on the seminars. I don't know which, so go to his website, check it out. The reason I'm talking about this so much, there's two. I'm a transparent guy, so I'm going to tell you why. There's two reasons why I'm talking about Brendan, Atlas, and this event so much. The first one is Brendan is a friend of mine. He's a personal friend of mine. And I want to see everything he does succeed because I love him to death. I think he's just a genuine person. He's sweet and he's sincere and he's hardworking and he just seems entirely lovely. So I really want to see him do well. The second reason is I wish I could go. Like, I've never been so excited for an event that I can't go to. So I can't go, and I kind of hope you can go for me, and I can live vicariously through you. I will actually be away myself. I just booked my housekeeper today. Not housekeeper, house sitter. The house sitter coming this weekend while we go away. We're going up to Bretton Woods to stay at the Mount Washington Hotel, which will be super fun. So, I will not make it. But I wish I could. And that's why I'm talking quite a bit about Brendan. I just love that kid. Speaking of people I love, Laddie Gardner with the $25 super chat. Thank you. And the comment that Penboy Roy's in the box. Well, I mean, if we were doing it from the movie, it would just be his head. But Penboy Roy's fine. Don't worry. No Penboy Roys were harmed in the making of this video. So no worries. But I do want to thank Laddie Gardner, the man with impeccable handwriting. Lovely to get letters from him. They're just brilliant. And one of my favorite people. I bounce a lot of issues off him. He's probably tired of talking me down every time I get discouraged, which is often. But he's a fantastic chap. So thank you. Okay. So I'm going to have another story for you too. And that's the whole pen saga. And by pen saga this time, I'm talking about which pen I'm going to buy for the channel. As you know, I was obsessing. Which one will I get? Which one won't I get? And I nailed it down to the Aurora O Sole Mio pen. And then I reached out to someone and I said, I would like this pen. Can you give me a price? And they said, yes, here's your price. And I said, thank you. I would like to pay you money now. And 2 weeks has now lapsed. And I've yet to get the way to pay them money for that. So there's a story there. It's ongoing. Perhaps I'll share it with you once it's done. But I'm trying to buy a pen. But it's not as easy as you would think. I'm trying. So, Jimmy Britt, why is this comment so small? I gotta make it big. There we go. Look at this, the magic of television. Jimmy Britt, don't let the trolls discourage you. Jimmy, my friend, I will make a clarification. It's not the trolls. The trolls don't discourage me. Actually, I get a lot of inspiration from trolls. I like to bring troll concepts and things onto the channel. This, especially the live show. This whole episode last week about am I the most pretentious man on YouTube was because a troll called me that, and I thought it was brilliant. So I just used it for inspiration and for subject matter for the channel. trolls don't discourage me on YouTube. And I'll be honest, I'm a transparent fellow, okay? What discourages me, honestly, on YouTube is when I feel like I have this great idea for a video, I write a script, I film it, I edit it for 5 or 6 days, match it perfectly with music and fading cuts, and I put it out there and only 1,000 people watch it, which sounds like a lot, but relatively in YouTube land, it's not. That's what discourages me. It's that I feel sometimes that sometimes the best videos get the fewest views. Sometimes I can do a live show that'll do like so well, but I get a high concept idea and I edit it and I put my whole heart and soul into it and I put it out there and hardly anybody watches it. Or I guess not enough that my ego thinks should watch it, okay? And I've said this before, but it's something very important if you want to get to know me in this channel, okay? I am a mix of megalomania and ego and self-loathing, and they fight all the time. So I'm going to think that everything I do is terrible, but I'm going to wish that everybody loved it, okay? So this is my burden to deal with, but that's the root of it all. And I can't be any plainer than that. But it's not the trolls. Trolls are awesome if they're clever. If they're just boring and like, you know, telling me to open my eyes, it's like, it's the best I can do. Plus, I'm 56 years old. If you're going to insult my appearance, be original about it. Because I've heard it all. I've heard it all. Achiro fake name says, people want information, not art. Yeah, you know what? There's other channels for that. You know, you're not wrong. And you can get all the, like, you can get as much information as you want from the web page. No one gives you more information than Atlas Stationer's page for any of their products or Goulet Pen's page for all their products. You can just read the columns. And that's what a lot of people do on YouTube. A lot of the watch channels that I watch, they'll just read the information. They weigh a watch. They measure it. This ain't that kind of channel. It's just not that kind of channel. So that's the thing. It's, you know, I think it was Voltaire said that you need to create the taste when you innovate. And I'm not so much innovating as I am borrowing from a lot of different sources. But you have to create the taste. And that's what we're doing now. We're creating almost the market for our good before we release it. So that is how I see that. Hi, Shane. How are you? It's not easy being me. There's a lot of voices kicking around in my head. A lot of contradictory voices. But we deal with it. Lori. Tata. Happy I caught you tonight, HJ. Lori. I'm happy you're here. Thank you. I'm delighted to see you. Thank you for being here. James Fahey, my man, with the super chat earlier. Thank you for that. Says, I admire the courage you have to be who you are. Thank you. I'm not sure if it's courage or I'm just so old now, it just doesn't matter. You know, maybe that. But I do know myself well. And I don't think I could come on here live every week for an hour, as we do, and consistently pretend to be someone else. I can only be who I am. And this person I am, I created because I came from a background that I really want to forget. And all my personality, everything I'm into, everything else is all self-made. It's all things I plucked out of characters and films and literature. And that's why Hemingway Jones is almost as valid an identity as Tim Steiner is. It's just very, very real now because it's all been created from all the books I read, the films I watch, and everything else. But, I've been living this persona for 56 years, so it's thoroughly me. Wow, we're going weird directions. Weird directions. I still have to open the box. There's a box to open. We're going to open it soon. We're going to open it very soon. I just want to make sure I cover everything. So there's something else I need to plug, guys. August 25th at noon. That's a week from Friday. I will be on Tom Oddo's Gold Spot live show. I am super excited about that. So look for that right here on YouTube. Tom Oddo, lovely gentleman, great guy. I think you're going to see a lot of me and Tom Oddo coming up soon. So I'm seeing a lot of support for my age. I appreciate that. I'm keeping it together. I look fairly respectable, I think. Allie J, you're killing me with the box suspense. Me too. I don't know what's in here. So it's pretty suspenseful for me. And this is the problem with me, Allie, too. I bought an Indiana Jones hat from Herbert Johnson. It has to be custom made. I bought it in November. And it arrived in April. And I opened it 3 weeks ago. So I'm bad at opening boxes. They can sit for a very long time. But I am going to get to this soon. Do want to say a few more things. One is, Illuminati and Cognoscenti members of this channel have two fun things that we can do together. One is group Zoom meetings, which are super fun. We've had our first. I'm going to do another one at the end of the month. And then the second thing is, I am going to start grabbing Illuminati members and pulling you guys onto the channel for a quick interview, talk about your favorite pen, what you're into, what you're passionate about. And then I'm, boom, get you in, join the live show. Now, you don't have to, but if you'd like to, you have an opportunity. So that's coming up too. So it should be fun. A Chiro fake name says, the box is not pen shaped. You're right. It might not be a pen. It might be a pen. It might be a t-shirt. It feels like a pen or something like that, because it doesn't feel like a t-shirt or anything. It'd be cool if it was a t-shirt. I don't wear t-shirts though. Did you know that about me? I'll tell you some weird stuff about me real quick. I don't wear t-shirts very often. Occasionally you'll see me in one, but that usually means I'm about to mow the lawn. This is about as casual as I get with a polo shirt. I also own sneakers, but I don't wear them. The last time I wore sneakers was over a decade ago. So I usually wear boat shoes. I have, what are those funky sandals called? The German ones with a B. Why can't I think of it? Well, somebody tell me in the comments, won't you? And then I wear Alden boots and Red Wings. Those ugly sandals with the cork soles. I wear those. So there we go. Okay. All right. I think I've tortured you enough. I think it's probably time we open the box. What's in the box? So, wait, do you want to know what video's coming up on Friday before I open the box? I'll do it after. Let's open the box. James Fahey, you legend. James Fahey, you legend. Birkenstocks, thank you. I do wear those. All right, so this is the best I can do with the camera. So I'll also use this camera. So we'll use both of these. For opener, I'm going to use the Heli. I forget the name of this model, but this is a Heli knife, which I quite like. It's beautiful chrome. It's sharp as a scalpel, has this beautiful wood handle. I like my Viking knives. So I keep this on my desk because I have a healthy correspondence with the Illuminati and Cognoscenti members. And I use this to open letters. But you have to be careful. A couple times I have cut people's letters right in half. Okay, so I'm trying not to cut toward myself, but, you know, necessity. Wow. You see how sharp this is? Look at this. Look at this. Isn't there a song like First Cut's the Deepest or something? I think so. Let's try not to cut ourselves. See, my fingers are here. The blade is up front, so I should be okay. This is the kind of stuff I teach my daughter, too. Like, don't go near sharp objects. Always cut away from yourself. So. This is exciting, right? This is exciting. Should I put it down or should we talk about something else? I'm just kidding. You guys know me, though. I like to be naughty. Wait until Cool or Not Cool comes out. You're going to see a whole different side of me. You're going to see a slightly goofier side of me. More like how I am tonight, which is the side of me that my poor wife has to deal with every day. But she's also on that show. So it should be super fun. Why am I being so careful with the box? Because I'm known for tearing through boxes. The reason I'm being careful is I'm thinking I might have to reuse this box to send whatever's in here back. Because normally when Conway Stewart sends something, I can't keep it. You know, one of the fun things about being on YouTube and on TikTok is that companies will send me stuff and I can usually keep it. Conway Stewart's the only company that I have to send stuff back, which isn't that fun, to be honest. The sending back part. But it's nice to have things to look at and to review. So it's super fun. Amy D, draw it out, HJ. Who, me? Draw it out? No. Would I do that? Look, I opened the box. Look, there's stuff. Wow, there's stuff, guys. There's this thing. It looks like a thing. Looks like, actually, it looks like a rollerball insert. This could be controversial. Now, I did take great pains to cover up my address, so I'm going to have to peek in here and make sure. I do see something else with my address on it, so I'm going to have to turn that. Because, you know, we got to be careful. Alright, I'm going to pull this slightly off camera, just so I can get the invoice out of the way. I'm tearing through the bubble wrap. I am removing the invoice, and then I'm going to go back on camera. Okay, so this is the bubble wrap. I took the invoice out of here. It's definitely a pen. Actually, let's move the box. Okay. Oh my. Wow, look at this, guys. Yeah, there's no way they're going to let me keep this. So there's little cartridges. The polishing cloth is really nice that they send. One thing I really like about Conway Stewart is they have a really nice polishing cloth. This usually doesn't make it in the package going back. I hold on to the cloth because I use these up. But it's really nice. It helps to keep the... it's good for like a Visconti, you know, if you don't want it to tarnish. This will help keep it nice and sharp and shiny. So it's very nice, very handy. So Conway Stewart, if you're watching this, don't look for this in the package when this thing goes back. What else we have is the Conway Stewart book. Lots of information in here. This was very, very helpful when I did the Conway Stewart video on Churchill. I hope you guys all saw that. One of my favorites that I've done for the channel. I'm scrolling through, making sure I didn't miss anyone's super chats, because I just want to make sure everybody knows how much I appreciate it. Looks like I'm up to date. Good. I appreciate you guys, the likes and everything else. You guys are awesome. So, some short international cartridges. These will come in handy. They might go back, though. So, I'm thinking this pen must somehow convert into a rollerball or something. Ooh. Yeah. Look at that. That is definitely a rollerball. Safety ceramic roller. Very cool. Oh, yeah. Oh, look at that. Okay. So, oh, you can't see it. Sorry. It fits for the rollerball. Isn't that cool? All right. So let's see what's going on, shall we? We're going to put this away, though, because I'll be honest, I'm not going to use that. How interested in rollerballs are you guys? I mean, to me, I feel like every fountain pen user needs at least one rollerball, because there's times when you're making copies. Anytime you need to press, you don't want to press with your fountain pen, but with your rollerball, you can. So, okay, here's the big moment. We drum roll. Okay, King Charles III coronation pen. King Charles III, I believe, is the King of England, if I'm not mistaken. All right, Conway Stewart boxes, one of my favorites. Really luxurious. Let's see. Open this up. Wow, look at that, guys. Look at that. So here's the question. You think King Charles would be able to use this without getting his hands dirty, as he famously did with what we think was a Mont Blanc solitaire, if I'm not mistaken. So how does this work? Does it unclip? Does it unspoil? Oof. Tell you, that was really on there, guys. That was, whoever screwed that together was not messing around. Not messing around. Look at that. So, what can I tell you about this? I don't know if it's accurate to call this guilloche or not, but I believe it is. And I wish my wife were here. My wife would tell me, honey, if you're watching, can you let me know if this is guilloche? I'd appreciate it. Sometimes she watches from upstairs, but it's got this grainy pattern. And it does remind me of the face, the watch face of my Cartier tank, which is similar. Now, what I like, which many of you might not like, but what I really like about this is the silver and the gold. The gold clip on silver looks really cool. Laddie says, check the top of the cap for the king's portrait. Okay, I will. There is a cameo there. There is indeed a cameo. Look at that. Yep, the king. Of course, I'm an American, so monarchy is slightly baffling to me. I do like the pomp, and I do like, I actually like the clothes. I do think that King Charles is a very well-dressed man. And I love that he has a tweed hunting coat that he keeps fixing and not retiring. I kind of respect that. But it's a little strange, the whole king thing. So you guys have some questions. I'm going to answer them. So I see somebody asked, is it heavy? It's not heavy. Is it chased? Hi, Jillian. Is it chased silver? I believe it's silver. I don't know what chased silver is. I am not going to pretend that I know something I don't know. So, and unless my wife tells me, I don't know. I'm looking for hallmarks. I don't see any there, but they usually have them. Oh, the portrait's really nice. Wow, the portrait's really nice. It's really well done. It definitely looks like him, and it's got this, it's indented and has a really neat background that's sort of etched. It's really impressive. Yeah. Okay. Very cool. I'm going to start looking at some other stuff on here. It's really neat. Beautiful nib. This one's 18 karat. It's a medium. I believe they use Yovo nibs, and they're hand tuned before they go out. So, oh, this is number 95 out of 250. So it's numbered. I guess they're only making 250, and this is number 95. That's kind of exciting. Let's see what the filling mechanism is. Shall we? That's kind of a catchphrase, isn't it? I think I say that a lot. Shall we? So it's got a converter in here. Pretty standard converter, to be honest. If it doesn't feel like particularly grand, it just seems like a regular converter. But the pen feels pretty grand. I can tell you that much. It's pretty nice. Should we fill it? Do you guys want to fill it and see how it writes? I'm thinking I could dip it or I can fill it. Tom Morley saying it's sterling silver. I'm pretty sure it is. But when I said guilloche, I think that's the treatment of it, where it gets all this kind of grain on it. But maybe it's called chased, because that's what Jillian says. And there's a really strong likelihood that she's correct, because I really don't know. All right, Claire says do it. Just got to make a little noise, because I need to get whatever's in this desk. There's a paper towel. I use shop towels usually, but I did have this one because I was using my wax seal. So what we have in here all the time, ooh, not that much. I'm running low. Do you see that? We're running low. But we have Jayerbon. Eclat de Saphir. It might be too low. Yeah, I think we're too low. Okay, we're gonna have to dip it, guys. Otherwise, I'm gonna go into my inks, and I'm going to obsess over which one. So we're just gonna dip it. A nice dippy kind of nib. Oh, Claire loves my inkwell. Thank you. Does it post? It does. Ooh, smooth. Very nice poster. Kind of heavy, though. Posted. I prefer it unposted. Okay. Let's bring this down now. Sorry for the wobble. Just want to make sure you can see. Wow. Wow, this is super smooth, guys. Wow, that is super duper smooth. It feels... It doesn't feel like your normal Yovo. Like this is really nice, really jacked. Wow, it's really nice. Oh, I could have a lot of fun with this. Wow, it's like fast. It's so smooth. I'm writing kind of crummy though because I'm near the bottom there. So let's switch here, so shall we? King Charles III. It's pretty neat. Two-tone nib on a silver pen is an interesting choice. It does match the two-tone cap, so it gives you some kind of symmetry there. I mean, aesthetically, it might have been nice if they had a little bit of gold down at the bottom somewhere to sort of balance it out. But I like this. I do. Yeah, it's super fun, guys. Bell Boots asks, "Hey Shay, have you ever dealt with Yovo directly? Do they want it to be Yovo, Yovo, or Yo?" Oh, how to pronounce it? Listen, I don't know. Is it a name or initialism? I don't know. I'll be honest. I really don't know. I bet Yost knows. I would reach out to him. But, yeah, I'm not sure the spot. I've seen it written all three of the ways that you've written it there. So if it were like a style book, I don't know. Sometimes you can contact them. I'm amazed at how quickly some pen brands get back to you. This is super smooth. And it feels every inch a medium, which is nice. But it's definitely super smooth. I mean, I just dipped this. I would imagine with a feed, it's even nicer. I mean, I've wrote a lot, considering I just dipped it. Wow. I really like it. I wonder what ink I'll put in it to test drive it. It's pretty great. The other thing I often do, I was telling you guys how I often take a really long time to unbox stuff. I also take a really long time to open it again sometimes. Sometimes I open stuff and I put it away and then I forget about it. I'm not going to do that with this because I need to get it back to them. But it's very, very nice. Nice box. Nice presentation. I'm impressed. It's very cool. This will make a nice gift. I don't know how much it is, but I'm sure you'll see more on it soon, either on the live show or if I get inspired, I'll do an episode. But I might do something on the live show where I review it kind of live with you, where we go through it and we actually put it through its paces full of ink, which I suppose we could have done now, but I don't have ink handy to fill it. But if I get inspired, I'll make a video. I just need a point of view. That's kind of how it starts with me. It has to be something creative. Oh, Claire Coco, thank you. It's $745 on their site. $745. And Tom Morley chiming in with an important fact. Trying to put this somewhere. Sorry, Claire, I gotta bump you. Tom Morley, 745 sterling silver guilloche is quite reasonable. I would have to do more research to make that value judgment, but I'm more proud of myself that I said guilloche and it appears to be guilloche. I never get that kind of stuff right. As you will see in the upcoming video, cool or not cool, where my wife is really helping me with a lot of words. So there's a few things I now want to talk about which I think are fun. One is Friday's video, which is not Friday because it's Thursday. So I'm releasing videos on Thursday now. I got to remember that because on Friday, we're all heading to the beach or the mountains. We're not watching YouTube as much. But on Thursday, we're around. So Thursday, I am releasing a video that compares and contrasts the TWSBI VAC 700R in Iris, but that's less important, with the Pilot Custom 823. This is one of those rare instances where I do get very technical. I don't often do that in my regular videos, as you all know. You're used to hearing me about journaling, about fighting depression, about the substance of bronze and how it relates to world history and art. That's kind of how I approach stuff. But this one is a little bit more technical, but it's still a lot of fun because it's a competition. And I love doing those competitions where we give points for who has the best cap, who has the best clip, who has the best nib, all these things. But the overall argument that I'm trying to weigh and decide is, does the TWSBI VAC 700R scratch that itch? Is it enough to spend $75 or so, get that VAC pen out of your system, or should you save up for the $340 or so, $330 and change that the Pilot Custom 823 costs? So, which is it? Is it worth it to spend extra or save, or is the TWSBI VAC good enough? That is our thesis that we're going to test. So I think you guys will like it. It's a lot of fun. A lot of fun. And then next week, next Thursday, is Cool or Not Cool, which I'm so excited about. It's goofy. It's fun. It's my wife and I on a table. Well, we're not on the table. We're behind the table. The fountain pens are on the table. And we pick different ones up and we discuss whether or not we think they're cool or not cool. And we banter. There's witty and there's not so witty banter. The witty banter comes from my wife, and then there's me. And it's a lot of fun. I think you guys are going to like it. It's a lot like almost like one of the live episodes. And it lasts about a half hour. So it's a pretty long episode for me, but super fun to make. I've also recorded some B-roll so that when we hold a pen up and we're like, is this a cool pen? I then show it in frame so you know what we're talking about. So I think you're going to enjoy it. It's super, super fun. So that's coming up. I see people already debating the TWSBI VAC versus Pilot Custom 823. Laddie Gardner. They're very different, but nothing writes like the 823. Right, but does the TWSBI VAC scratch the itch? Does it do it? Allie J agrees with Laddie. So it's going to be a fun debate. Let me know in the comments what you think. So I want to tell you about another episode that I recorded. I wanted to do something a little more personal, a little more like how the live show is, but on the regular episode kind of feed. So what I did was I recorded an episode and I made it extremely hard for myself. Did you guys know I like to do things sometimes that are really hard just because I want to see if I can pull it off or whatever. A lot of you guys know I have some issues with my speech. So I do Sometimes I say the wrong words. Sometimes I stutter in a funny way. Sometimes I just mangle words and mispronounce things or whatnot. I do have some issues. It's hard, maybe hard for you to imagine, but it's true. If you watch my videos, you'll see it. I'm sure there are many instances tonight on this live. This episode that's coming up, and it's going to air on October 5th, sounds like a long time, but it's not that long from now, is called The Story of a Fountain Pen, and it focuses on the Lamy Vista. By the way, I put Caribe de Chypre in here. Such a cool ink. Gets a little dry sometimes. You ever notice that with Caribe de Chypre? Gets a little dry. You also have to kind of shake it up before you go if you want nice gold distribution. But I digress. So I did this episode that tells the story of the Lamy Vista, why I like it, where I bought it, what I've been doing with it since, what's good about it, what's not good about it, what differences there are between it and the Safari. And this is what's cool, if you'll allow me. This is the ego part. The self-loathing will come later, but this is what's cool, okay? I recorded the entire video from beginning where I say, hello, welcome to the channel, I'm Hemingway Jones, all the way to the end where I go, and we'll see each other further up the road. I recorded the entire thing in one take. One take. The entire thing. And I struggled not to make a mistake, and I don't think I did. There's a few, where I clarify because I might have said something, whatever. But it's pretty smooth. I think you're going to watch it and go, wow, I can't believe it's one take. Like Alfred Hitchcock made a movie that was one take, right? Rope. So this is my Alfred Hitchcock Rope moment. So what I did to make sure you knew it was one take is that instead of my usual B-roll, which covers the whole screen, it's all up here. So it's up in the corner so that you can see I'm doing it in one take. But I think you guys are going to like it. It's different. I'm doing some fun things. So I hope you enjoy it. I do hope you enjoy it. So lots of fun stuff coming up on the channel. Let me see if we missed anything for this evening. Well, I think we covered most everything, which is very good. Very good. Very proud. Really impressed with the pen. I might take it to Bretton Woods with me. That might sort of match that place, which is kind of fun. I do like chrome, and silver's like chrome, so I'm kind of enjoying that. Penexer says, the twin tank is great, but wait for a discount. I like mine, but would not be happy if I paid full price. I kind of know what you mean about that pen. The twin tank is cool. It's a Piniter pen. It's made out of a great material, and it's fun to write with, but it doesn't have a lot of warmth. It doesn't have that kind of classic feel that some fountain pens have. It's a bit cold, but it's different, and I respect different. So Anita Paul says, good for you, HJ. Extemporaneous speaking is best. Yeah, well, Anita, another part about it was that I have the live show, which you get me speaking as I speak. Then I have my videos, which are sometimes more performative, where I'm like, speaking for effect. When, the thinker is made of bronze. Although, for that one, I was wicked sick. So, it wasn't so much for effect as, like, the only way I could speak at the time. But sometimes in my videos, like, you're trying to use your voice to sort of convey a certain emotion or whatnot. I wanted to do one was a little bit more like connecting directly to you. So we could talk. I believe in the beginning I even say, I want to talk to you about this pen, just you and me, and that kind of thing. The live show, often I'm doing hijinks. Like I'm answering questions, I'm showing pens, I'm doing whatever. This is very much us just talking about a fountain pen and why it makes a difference in my life, which is really the whole reason we do any of this. If it doesn't inspire you, move you in some way, open some kind of door to a different perspective, then it's just not really doing it, is it? So I think you're going to like that. Oh, Abraham's a big fan of the bronze video. Thank you. That was one that discouraged me because not that many people watched it. And I really liked that video. I thought it was a little challenging, and I liked that. The funny part is, if I had put a bumper on it, I think it would have done much better. And by bumper, I just mean if I'd shown up at the beginning and went, "Hi, I'm Hemingway Jones. Welcome to the channel. Let's take a look at the bronze Kaweco Sport." I think it would have done much better. But I didn't want to. I felt like the video needed to live its own life. And that video wanted to be brash. It wanted to be dramatic. So I let it. That's the footage I had. But if I put a bumper on it, maybe someday I'll release it with a bumper. Who knows? Who knows? Benjo Marklin. I see some of your shorts are getting massive views. I noticed that too. I was surprised. I mean, those are made for TikTok and originally, shorts. That's kind of how I learned to do this. And now that I've sort of abandoned TikTok, I've been doing them here, and they're really good. They're really doing well. So good stuff. Nice. Fritz liked the bronze video too. See, sometimes a video can be sort of like a commercial failure, but your biggest success in a way, right? Like Fritz, if that video brought you here or kept you here, it's more important than who watched it. One of the things I think about some of these videos is I can see by YouTube analytics where people drop off. And sometimes it's when some music is playing. So it was the Dark Academia 2 video where Beethoven opens it at the Morgan Library. A lot of people dropped out in the Beethoven music. A percentage, you can see it. I see that as weeding people out that probably wouldn't like the channel anyway. Because if you click on a video that shows a beautiful library with a fantastic book collection and it's playing Moonlight Sonata and you say, I'm not curious about where this is going, I don't think that maybe this is the channel for you. So maybe it's a nice way to filter a bit. Maybe. I don't know. Lori says, your bronze video could be an evergreen. It might start off slow and then build over time. That does happen sometimes, Lori. That's true. Sometimes it doesn't, though. Sometimes videos just die. Because I can also see what's going on in the background. There are videos in my back catalog that consistently get views, and they're usually things like 5 best pens for the office, 5 best pens for travel, that kind of thing. My Pilot Custom 823 review keeps getting views. I might have to revisit that pen. Oh wait, I'm revisiting it this Thursday. So, super duper fun. Super fun. Laddie gets it. So it is sad, though, that the algorithm of YouTube, if you don't get a lot of views right out of the gate, it suppresses it. And that's a shame, because Seinfeld wasn't in the top 10 on its first season. Some of these videos need to find their feet. But it's just how YouTube works. There's a lot of options. and you can click away to anything you want on any subject from anywhere in the world. So I can't really complain too much. I'm happy with the success I have. I think it's amazing. I started this channel about 2 years ago, exactly. So 2 years. And I would say it was more of a soft rollout. If you're ever really bored, I shouldn't say that about my own channel. See, that's the self-loathing. See how I am? If you're ever really curious, go back and watch my early videos. It's me kind of finding my voice. My editing's not as good. My sound quality isn't as good. There is a lot of really good information. One of my early videos on Kaweco makes me cringe because I'm almost like, it's almost like I'm reading. I'm just very stiff and I feel bad for me. But I really sort of found my footing almost a year in. So it's really been this like last year, I feel like we've really been rolling. And especially the last, I'd say 2023, when I've had Final Cut Pro to edit. I've got a better mic. I stole this from my wife. Thank you, honey. And a lot of other toys that support the channel. So that helps. Some of which were provided by you guys for your support, which I appreciate. Thank you. So I really feel like now we're really hitting on 8 cylinders. And the lineup coming up for autumn, I think is going to blow you guys away. There is sublime videos coming. There are ridiculous videos coming. Funny videos. And there's also really insightful, and there's a lot of knowledgeable videos. I think you're going to really like the mix. And it's all true to who we are. So I think you're going to enjoy it. So, Abraham D. I discovered you on TikTok, then found your YouTube through your profile. I'm glad I put that up there. Very, very happy. Very, very happy. But lots of fun stuff, guys. I appreciate you all being here. I really do. I appreciate the members especially. I hope you guys watch my end credits. I try to make those fun. We thank the members. They're all listed. If you ever find yourself, if you just like signed up for a membership and you're not on there, it takes a little time to show up. And sometimes videos go up out of order. So if it pops off, it'll go back. Trust me. If you see yourself in the end credits. So don't worry about that. But I do appreciate you guys. But I do see we are at the hour mark, and I don't want to wear you fine people out. So I am going to take my leave. But I have a video coming out Thursday. It's a lot of fun. I think you'll enjoy it. It has some beautiful B-roll on the Pilot Custom 823 versus the TWSBI VAC 700R. Is it worth it? Is it worth it? And you know what? Sometimes people don't tell you. They'll get to the end and they'll say, oh, either one of these pens is a great choice. I don't do that. I tell you which one's better. And I always do. I always make a value judgment. So I hope you appreciate that. So very good. Very, very good. Oh, yeah, Joseph Brown. Hi, Joseph. Yeah, you don't. I shouldn't go before I mention the pop-up show. Thank you for that. You should have popped on earlier. So it's the 16th of September, and it's in Monson, Massachusetts, at the Unitarian Universalist Church. It's a scaled-down version of the Commonwealth Pen Show, but there's a lot of interesting vendors there, a lot of vintage pens. I believe the Nibmeister's there. So it's going to be a very nice lineup. I imagine there's a website, Joseph, I hope, that people can find. But consider that if you're in Massachusetts, okay? So there you go, my friend. All right, guys. I appreciate you all being here. I hope you enjoyed tonight's show. I had a great time. I really did. This was super fun. I'm surrounded by boxes. It's great. This is how it should always be. Isn't life great? Let's enjoy it, shall we? All right, everyone. I'll see you all soon, further up the road. So take care of yourselves. Stay inspired. keep writing, keep journaling, keep sketching, keep enjoying your pens. Enjoy the small moments. Life is precious. Okay? All right, take care.